You are not ready for this, ladies and gents. Behind the scenes, there's a big thing going on. The price of XRP Ripple could go through the roof and reach $2,953.00 in just 2 days, according to experts. Doesn't it sound crazy? This is not a rumor though, it comes from facts. What's the reason? The case between Ripple and the SEC is about to end. So far, this is the most bullish sign. You just can't risk missing it. Let's get right to the point without any more nonsense. Notice of this XRP is coming back. A lot of people who own XRP were upset by John Squire's tweet, and for good reason. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse just recently told everyone of this before the SEC got involved. XRP was the second most expensive cryptocurrency. This is a strong claim that has even more weight now that Ripple is getting closer to a breakthrough in its long-running court battle with the SEC. The fight has been going on for more than 3 years and has been very hard on both sides. The SEC and Ripple are getting ready to file a motion under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 60. This is a very rare and important legal move that could make all the difference. The main problem is the court order that makes it hard for Ripple to buy and sell XRP right now. As part of its ongoing campaign, the SEC continues to label XRP as an unregistered security. This makes it impossible for Ripple to freely work in US markets. The Rule 60 motion tries to get rid of that order by saying that there are special circumstances that call for a change. Ripple's lawyers also want to talk about lowering the charges from the huge fine that was originally planned to $50 million. This isn't just about fines or formal jargon, it has to do with getting Ripple's future open. If this move passes, one of the most important things that will happen is that Ripple will finally be able to start an initial public offering, or IPO. For those who don't know, an IPO is like a business opening its doors to the public for the first time. Regular people, businesses, and investors can buy shares and help the company grow. It's like a rocket ship that's ready to take off, but is blocked off by a gate. The SEC's order has been that gate. An IPO would be the spark that would let Ripple access huge capital markets, become accepted by the masses, and grow its business. Without that freedom, Ripple stays where it is, while other crypto companies, like Circle and Kraken, have already taken steps toward going public when regulations were friendlier. A former SEC lawyer named James Farrell stressed how important it was to lift the order, saying that Ripple needs to do so to win back market trust and get access to public capital. So the Rule 60 motion is more than just a legal case. It's a smart move for Ripple's future as a public company and a major player in the field of finance technology. If they win, it will send a strong message to the whole crypto industry and put digital assets and how they are defined and controlled in the US to the test. This motion comes after a similar request was turned down earlier, which shows that Ripple and the SEC are now taking their legal approach to a higher level. Judge Annalisa Torres has already said that the requirements for Rule 60 relief are very hard to meet. Ripple is going to have to show that these are really strange times. But even as they get ready to file this move, Ripple is also getting ready in case the court says no. Legal experts, such as columnist Sherry, think that Ripple should keep working on its cross-appeal and keep all of its legal options open. Ripple is making sure it never runs out of moves in this very important game of chess. There is a much bigger story behind all the applications and protests, a fight for truth. In the crypto market, rules have often been set by police rather than law. When this case is over, it could change how the US deals with all digital assets, not just XRP. This is the reason why investors, builders, and government officials are all closely monitoring every move. Going to court is not enough. Now things are different. If Ripple succeeds, it will not only be free from legal restrictions, but it may also finally go public, letting everyone know that XRP is ready to take back its place at the top of digital banking. You were right, Garlinghouse. XRP used to be right behind Bitcoin. The way to that throne might finally be clear again, now that the SEC problem might be fixed, and of course, XRP's price will go through the roof. This isn't just about small wins. Already, experts are making predictions that will blow your mind. Some of them really do say that XRP could change the course of events. Why now? What's making this progress happen? You thought Ripple's court win was big? Just wait until you hear what's next. The best way to sum it up was by crypto expert Aminex. This life-changing alt season is coming, and XRP is at the center of it all. It's not just another altcoin. It's a possible giant that could change the way global finance works. The buzzing is getting stronger. It was clear what Bull Run Wonka meant when he wrote that XRP's market value would soon go over $1 trillion, 0 cents, and that no one could stop it. That may sound like the most optimistic thing in the crypto world, but the numbers and the infrastructure that supports XRP make the claim seem less crazy. people who really understand how XRP works will have a different point of view. And that's where things get interesting. One market expert, Pumpius, caused a stir by saying that the idea that XRP could reach $10,000 0 cents is not crazy. He said that you can't do the math. Are you brave? Yes, but he backs it up with strong reasoning. XRP was never made for the average retail investor, he said. It was made for companies like banks, and to change the way liquidity works in a world where trillions of dollars move every day without anyone hearing. Let us break this down. It is thought that the world's swaps market is worth more than $2.30 quadrillion. You can get a sense of the size of the digital liquidity change that's happening in the background when you add in the $150 trillion 0 cents that is expected to be tokenized by 2030. Ripple is meant to sit on top of these flows and act as a lightning-fast, smooth link between platforms, systems, and currencies. It's not about hype, it's about building things. The theoretical part of the community isn't going away though. A few of the crazier guesses are going viral. For the record, Chancellor has said that XRP will be backed by gold and cost $2,953 0 cents. It is now possible for XRP to cost between $10,000 0 cents and $35,000 0 cents. The tweet from 589 CTO from the early days of Ripple is even more vague and fun. There is one thing that is clear. People in the area think that something very big is going to happen. Also, the idea that XRP could be backed by gold or connected to some kind of asset-pegged value isn't brand new. It has to do with bigger discussions about the future of money, especially now that people are losing faith in paper currencies and central banks are looking into possibilities for digital money. Because XRP always pays attention to compliance, has ties to financial institutions, and can settle transactions quickly across borders, it is a strong candidate for important jobs in the future system. But even without the high-level predictions and coded tweets, we're left with a token that has institutional-level use, has been tried in battle, and is finding more and more uses around the world. That's not a dream, that's the basics. So don't laugh it off right away when someone says that XRP could hit $10,000 0 cents or more. One expert said, "You're not crazy, you just can't handle the math." No matter if XRP hits those numbers or not, what's important is that we are seeing the start of a major change in the way money works. It's no longer just an idea that tokenization, institutional acceptance, and reprogramming of money systems could happen. They're taking place now. And now we'll talk about Ripple's partners who could really change the game. We already know that strategic relationships are very